All right, everybody. So I have probably my favorite video coming up now. I found this Instagram page that I absolutely love. It's engine swaps, and I have fallen in love. There's so much good stuff on here. You're probably going to see a couple videos on this even when I'm in town because I just really like looking at this page. So let's jump into it. Enough of me talking. First crazy engine swap had to be a Supra. I mean, come on, why not? I mean, Supras are known for, high performance, tuning, just looking downright sexy as hell. So when somebody decided to go and, take all of that petrol, engine out or gas engine out and however you want to say it, and threw in the electric components, that made it crazy. And I mean, you're looking at the photos here. Let's see what else we got. I think it's got a couple of photos. Right here, you can see the rear end, I assume, where it has this nice, massive motor that I imagine will go out to both sides here. And then up front, you have, I guess this is the batteries. I mean, it helps distribute the weight, I would imagine, having all these batteries up where the engine used to be, because you got to have something up there. So let's take a look, see if, yeah, okay, it's got a few more photos. The thing is crazy. That is so crazy. Man, that's cool as shit. So, yeah, this was, looks like it was done by Stuck in the 90s, possibly. This is Engine Swap's Instagram page. So come check them out. They have quite a good bit of crazy engine swaps. So I will be checking out their stuff, seeing what they got. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. All right, so we have us the baddest Ford Taurus that I've ever seen. Maybe there's badder ones, but this is the only one I've ever seen that somebody actually took the time and threw a 2J or 1JZ JTE or GT. I said J GTE into a Ford Taurus. Made it rear wheel drive, mind you, as well, because these cars are factory front wheel drive. So the fact that it's rear wheel drive is amazing as hell, and then the fact that they went and put a 1JZ in there or 1JZ GTE, I should say, up in there is just downright amazing. You can see the exhaust sticking out right here, and when you look at it, you know something's not right. And I mean, you can see where the air goes in for the intake or whatever. Is it turboed? It looks like it should be turboed. I think there's a turbo right there. Yeah, because there's an intercooler right there. So yeah, it's turboed. But let's take a look at the rest of these photos. Yeah. That is the baddest freaking Ford Taurus you will ever see. And yeah, there's not much else to say to it, but wow, So moving on. Okay, we got us another crazy engine swap. So we have us a Toyota MR2. I wasn't a huge fan of this style. They kind of looked, I mean, compared to the original one, they just weren't as nice as those. But this one's a bit different. So what we're looking at here is a very nice Nardo gray. I believe that's what the color is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's Nardo gray. I love that color. It's got a nice wide body kit on it. And then if you look in the back, it has these two nice big old turbos back here. And they are just like staring at you, just letting you know that this car is here. It says over here, it says business in the front, party in the back. That is so right. It's almost like the mullet of cars right here. So, man, that's crazy. Let's check out the rest of these photos. Hopefully it shows some of the inside. Oh, man. Yeah, so it was a 1MZ FE V6. And that is just, it looks like it was just crammed in there. It doesn't fit, but they made it fit. So I love these things because they're really quick. We can look at them and move on to the next one. We'll actually get a lot of these in. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we have probably one of the craziest looking CRXs I've ever seen. And it's rear engine, by the way. That makes sense because when I first saw it and I saw these air ducts right here, I was like, man, that's crazy. But now that I see that the engine's back here, that makes 100% more sense. So, looks like we have a K-Series. I'm not sure if it's the K20, K24, but it is a K-Series motor. and it is in the back of it. Normally, if you know CRXs, they're in the front, like most Hondas. But this one, they put it in the back, and I gotta say, it looks awesome. It looks so awesome. So let's take a look at these photos and see what we got here. Yeah, the thing just looks mean. I mean, you see that thing in your rear view mirror. I almost couldn't get that out. You would kind of know immediately that something was up, and this thing is about to gap you. Looks like he's got a tow bar right up front right here, which is kind of cool actually. But when you have a car like this, that's understandable because this car probably goes to the track. Um, but dang, this thing is so crazy looking. Oh wow, Michael would love this. He loves CRXs. This is the craziest looking CRX I think I have ever seen in my life. But we got others to look at, so we're gonna move on. Okay, so I included this one in there because I mean, how could I have not? I mean, just looking at the first photo up here, this thing looks crazy as shit. I would love to drive this thing, and then the fact that it's got a Turbo 20B swapped into it. I mean, wow, this thing looks crazy as shit. And so we can see us the rotary right here with the transmission. Let's see if we got some better photos. Not really better because that photo right there is freaking fantastic. But let's see what we got. Oh wow. Oh, and it's mid-engine or dang. I mean, there's not much to that. You can't even really call this whatever. I can't even think of what Mazda pickup because it's no longer a Mazda pickup anymore because there's nothing left of that Mazda pickup except for this cab here. But it's still freaking awesome though. Never takes away from that. This thing is so cool. I just had to show y'all this because, I mean, like I said, how could I not show you this? But yeah, let's move on, unfortunately. So we have this Miata. Yes, it's a Miata. It's got to be for some sort of like time attack, something, and I'm not really 100% sure. So they put in a 3.6 liter LGX V6 out of a 2017 Camaro. Sorry, guys. So the question is, why? Because I mean, there's so many things you could have fit in there that would have been better. I had more of a market for, but maybe you just had that motor sitting around. Maybe that's the reason why you did with it. And yes, you notice how I'm dancing around the fact that this car is absolutely hideous. I don't know why he has all of this sticking out. I could see this. I understand the splitter in the front, not a big deal, but I don't know why these stick out the side. And then also it has this huge wing across the back, and then it looks like it has like a fin going down the middle. So I gotta say it's kind of going down the ugliest car category. It's kind of a crazy swap, but I'm kind of in the neighborhood of why would you put that in there? Yes, they make around 300 horsepower to the crank, but I mean, as big as that motor is, you could have fit an LS in there, you could have fit a 2JZ in there, 1JZ in there. I mean, you could fit so much stuff in there, and it would have had way more of a market for it. But you went with the 3.6 liter V6 out of a Camaro, which is not known for having buttloads of performance parts for. Maybe you don't need it because it's a Miata and it's so small and light already, and that motor is plenty. But still, I'm just kind of like, why? But yeah, I just wanted y'all to see this. Let's see the rest of the photos though. Let's see what they have here. Oh God! Oh man! That back end. I'm not sure what's going on here because that's just so ugly. God, that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. There's more photos. Let's look at them. Yep, that's... Oh, man. I'm sorry you had to see this, people, but it was in the crazy engine swaps. So, gonna move on, though. Oh, man. You are looking at a Viper swapped Jeep here. Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't get my words out for some reason. I'm just so amazed by the fact that they threw that Viper V10 inside this Jeep. I mean, that is just insane. I mean, there's no room for that thing in there, but somehow they got it in there. Maybe let's see what we got for photos. Man, that is sick as shit. Just the fact that, I mean, it's kind of a waste a little bit because, I mean, it's a Jeep Wrangler, but wow, that is insane. And I mean, I wish they would actually have some off-road tires, like this was actually an off-road vehicle. But I mean, really, do you want to take this V10 out there in the off-road though? I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. That is awesome. I wish they would put the V10 in something else, maybe like the Cherokee or something like that, because I'm not a big fan of these Wranglers. But yeah, that still doesn't take away from the fact that that is absolutely insane. So let's move on and check out some more of these things. I'm really enjoying this. Okay, so this one is not as crazy, but my question really is kind of a why, because I feel like there's more engine modification capabilities through the original motor that was in there, and or even say a K series. So I'm kind of wondering why they went with the J series motor. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, there's plenty of stuff out there. I mean, you've seen Brent from PSI twin turbo his, and Kyle, he has one in his S14. So it's not that bad of a motor, but I just felt like maybe they could have got more out of the original motor, but I don't know. I'm just wondering. So it's still a great swap. It looks like it fits in there perfect. Let's take a look at these photos. He actually has more photos than the rest of the people, so that's nice. Okay, but I mean, it's not really anything worth a dang. I mean, that's what we want to see right there. So I don't know why he didn't have the bumper on. I feel like it would be able to bolt on just fine with that intercooler as far back as it is, but I'm not here to question that. I'm here to look at this right here. And I mean, you can see he's got a massive turbo on it, so it's got power. Like I said, I just feel like they could have got more out of the original one. I feel like there's more of a market for it, but hey, this is probably growing. So I'm gonna move on though. It's still a pretty cool swap though. Okay, last but not least, I could spend all day. Okay, last but not least, and let me tell you, I could spend all day on this website, on this Instagram page, because there's so much good stuff. Remember, it's engine swaps, so go check it out. It's right here. Go check it out. They have so much crazy stuff on here, and like I said, I could just sit there. I'll probably do another video as long as he doesn't have a problem with me doing these videos. I'll probably do another one because there's just so much great stuff here. Like we have this here Mitsubishi Mighty Max. My brother had a Mighty Max. It was nothing like this. It was a slow blue turd. This one, on the other hand, this one's crazy. I don't like that they put the looks like the E36, E46, or I think it's E36. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a huge BMW person, but they put the grill on there. Is what I'm getting at. But they have this stroked 3-liter BMW motor in here that makes this Mighty Max probably the baddest Mighty Max around. So let's take a look at these photos. Yep. Oh man, it just looks so good in there. It looks like it fits perfect too. I had to include this one in there with it being a BMW motor and me having a BMW, and the fact that my brother had a Mighty Max, and it's just remembering how slow that Mighty Max is. And this one says it only has 250 horsepower. I say only, but I bet that is absolutely a blast to drive in this truck though. 250 horsepower, because this truck isn't that heavy. So I bet this thing is a blast. I hope it's bagged or something, but maybe not. I mean, bags and tracks, they don't work very well. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's static. It just seems kind of low to be static. So I hope it's on some sort of air ride, get it off the ground. But if not, it doesn't take away from the fact that this is an awesome vehicle. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share the video, and till next time.